On Wednesday, a Cook County judge declined to lift an order barring the release of body-worn camera videos and other records related to the fatal shooting of CPD Officer Krystal Rivera. Rivera was shot and killed by her partner, Officer Carlos Baker, during a June 5th foot chase into a Chatham apartment that police said was filled with rugs and pews. A court order was issued just a week later blocking the release of quote unquote any materials related to the criminal and disciplinary investigations stemming from the shooting. The Chicago Sun-Times, the Better Government Association, and other news organizations went to court challenging the order. The Cook County judge, Barbara Lynette Dawkins, ruled that the order would stay in place even though the prosecution and the defense did not object to the order being lifted. During the hearing, Dawkins said she'd gotten a phone call from her quote-unquote boss and briefly left the courtroom to take it. Minutes later, she read the ruling aloud. So who could call a judge's chambers and get the judge taken out of the courtroom to take the phone call? It would be this man, Chief Judge of Cook County Courts, Timothy Evans. This judge has been in place for 24 years. He was the incumbent 8 times and was just unseated yesterday. The timing is so strange, but hold on. I'm about to connect the dots for you all on who is protecting Carlos Baker. This man, Sergeant Tim Finley, is allegedly Carlos Baker's uncle. Finley was recently promoted to the Office of Constitutional Policing and Reform for the CPD. He was given this position by the Executive Director of Constitutional Policing and Reform, Allison Clark Henson, who took the number 3 spot at the Chicago Police Department back in March of 2025 after she received a promotion. Let's go back to Sergeant Tim Finley. Here he is. Remember him? Guess who he is? And why was he accompanying Carlos Baker to his disciplinary investigation after punching a woman officer in the face at a Wicker Park bar?
Complaints filed against Baker since he was hired in 2021. They include a variety of allegations ranging from excessive force to improper stops to unprofessional behavior.
As if those two weren't powerful enough, now we have the president of the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police Union, John Contanzara. John has held that position since May of 2020. He joined the Chicago Police Department in 1995 and was placed on an admin leave after filing a report against former police superintendent Eddie Johnson. He resigned from the CPD in November of 2021 as his firing from the CPD appeared imminent. John had quite the career at CPD. In February of 2021, he was suspended without pay from the CPD for authoring a series of obscene and inflammatory social media posts, making false reports, and being insubordinate or disrespectful to supervisors. Catanzara had been suspended 9 times for a total of 131 days during his career as a police officer. He was subject to 50 civilian complaints, which put him in the 96th percentile of officers. 10 of the civilian complaints were sustained. He survived 2 previous attempts to fire him before he resigned in the middle of another disciplinary action where he could potentially have lost his job. And now, the person that ties it all together, Carlos Baker's mother, Val Baker, who is staff assistant to the mayor of the city of Chicago, and who now holds the position of assistant to the highest ranking member of the City of Chicago Department of Finance. And while it's abundantly clear that corruption runs rampant through the CPD and the City of Chicago, one fact remains. Carlos Baker is a dirty cop who shot Krystal Rivera in her back in the line of duty. Stop protecting this piece of shit and release the body-worn camera footage. Give Krystal and her family the justice that they deserve.